It is often said that highly spiritual people seem to hold a hidden key to abundance, one they never talk about. Despite the common belief that wealth and spirituality exist on opposite ends of the spectrum, some of the most spiritually grounded individuals live lives of profound abundance. They do not flaunt it, nor do they preach about it. Yet their actions and their existence reflect a deep relationship with wealth, one that transcends material possessions and dives into a realm far more elusive. The truth is, the abundance they experience is a byproduct of something far deeper than a mere accumulation of resources. The misconception about abundance is that it is tied solely to the material. However, highly spiritual people are wealthy not because they chase after money or success, but because they embody a mindset of flow and generosity, trusting in the abundance of the universe. The most striking aspect of their lives is that they don't seek wealth for the sake of it. In fact, many don't even seem to care much about possessions. Their wealth, whether financial, emotional, or spiritual, flows as a natural consequence of their understanding of a fundamental truth. Abundance is not something you chase or hoard. It is something you allow and cultivate through trust, generosity, and an unshakable connection to a higher power. In the Bible, there is a parable that speaks volumes about this unseen key to abundance. The parable of the widow who gives 2 small coins at the temple captures the essence of spiritual abundance. When Jesus observes the widow's offering, he tells his disciples that she has given more than all the others. Despite her poverty, she gave all she had to live on, demonstrating an extraordinary trust in divine providence. The widow, like highly spiritual individuals, understood that her wealth was not in what she possessed, but in what she was willing to release. She sowed what little she had, trusting in a higher power to provide for her. This act of giving, of complete surrender, reveals the hidden key to abundance. Trust in the flow of life. Spiritual people, consciously or unconsciously, follow the same principle. They understand that giving is not an action to be measured by how much one has left after giving, but by the intention and the heart behind it. Giving, for them, is not just an exchange but a way of participating in the natural flow of the universe. It is an act of love, trust, and surrender. And it is this trust that opens the floodgates of abundance. By giving, they affirm their belief in the inexhaustible nature of life, and this belief allows them to receive in ways that others cannot imagine. The secret to abundance that spiritual people hold lies in their ability to give freely, without expectation of return. They give not because they have much, but because they understand the spiritual law of flow. What is withheld stagnates, while what is given flows and returns in greater measure. This is the paradox of giving. The more you give, the more you receive. Not because you are manipulating the universe to give you more, but because you are aligning yourself with the natural rhythm of abundance. Spiritual people are not trying to outsmart the universe. They are simply living in harmony with its laws. This giving is not limited to money or material goods. It extends to time, energy, and love. To give is to trust in life's ability to provide. The more spiritual individuals give, the more they are connected to the source of all abundance. It is not about giving from surplus, but giving from faith. This is why they are wealthy, not necessarily in the way the world defines wealth, but in the way that truly matters. They are wealthy in relationships, experiences, and a deep sense of fulfillment. The highly spiritual are not afraid of lack, because they do not see scarcity as a real threat. For them, scarcity is a mindset, a manifestation of fear and mistrust in the divine. This is why they give without fear of losing, and in doing so, they continuously create space for more. The key here is that they are not giving to receive, but they receive because they give. They operate from a place of love, and love is the ultimate form of abundance. Love flows freely, just as life does, and those who embody this flow naturally attract abundance. Greedy individuals, by contrast, operate from a place of fear. Their mindset is one of scarcity, and this scarcity drives them to hoard, to accumulate, and to protect what they have with a sense of desperation. They may accumulate wealth, but they will never truly be wealthy because they lack the capacity to trust, to give, and to love without conditions. True wealth does not lie in the number of possessions one has, but in the ability to give freely, knowing that life will always provide. Greedy people may have full bank accounts, but they live in a constant state of poverty, cut off from the true source of abundance. Spiritual people, on the other hand, understand the concept of sowing and reaping. They know that by giving a part of themselves to others, they are planting seeds that will one day bloom into something far greater. This is not just about charity or donations, it is about how they show up in the world. They give their attention, their compassion, their energy, and their love. In doing so, they are creating an environment of abundance around them. Their lives reflect the truth that what you put into the world will come back to you, often in ways you could never have predicted. The companies and individuals that thrive in this world do so because they operate from this same principle of giving. They serve their customers and communities not with the goal of extracting as much profit as possible, but with the intention of adding value and meeting needs. This is why they succeed. When your focus is on giving, the universe responds by giving back. On the other hand, those who focus solely on what they can take from others, whether in business or in personal life, often find themselves lacking. The secret that highly spiritual people know is that it is not about how much you can get, but how much you can give. At the heart of this hidden key to abundance is a profound understanding of intention. When your intention is to give, to serve, and to love, you naturally align with the flow of abundance. When your intention is only to receive, to take, and to accumulate, you create blockages in that flow. This is the difference between operating from love and operating from fear. Spiritual people, whether they are aware of it or not, are always operating from love. This is why they seem to attract abundance effortlessly, while those who operate from fear find themselves in a constant struggle to maintain what they have. The paradox of giving is perhaps the greatest truth that highly spiritual people live by, even if they don't talk about it. They don't need to shout it from the rooftops because their lives are the evidence. They give freely, and in return, they receive more than they could ever have imagined. This is the key to true abundance, and it is available to anyone who is willing to trust, to love, and to give without expectation. The secret is not in chasing after wealth, but in becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it by embodying the principles of generosity, trust, and love. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you're still with me, please leave a comment on what you learned or what you would like to add. I would appreciate it. As always, wishing you a beautiful day.